Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. I would love to extend our welcome on board on this flight today. From the 3rd Gustaf Airport to Princess Juliana International Airport. بإذن الله سيدة هذه الرحلة هي الطائرة من طراز سيسنا 152 ذات الرقم نوفمبر 28903 جولف. إن شاء الله راح نكونوا على ارتفاع 2000 قدم، متوقعين سماء صافية ورياح هادئة على طول الرحلة. إن شاء الله قد نستغرق 15 دقيقة باش نكونوا في الوجهة المحددة تاعنا واللي هي Princess Juliana International Airport. So sit back, relax, enjoy your flight. We appreciate your business, and again, we are very thankful for choosing Fly with Ahmed Airways. Since we are at the cockpit, let's prepare our pre-flight check. Anyways, let's go down. Parking brake is set. Checked? Okay. We need to set our tablet here to check the battery of the tablet. I guess the battery of the tablet is good. Anyways, we don't have it. Let's check our oil quantity. Let's fill it. It's 6.8. That's it at 7.0. Engine health. Let's set it 100%. Let's charge the battery at once. Anyways, now we need to move down. Set the battery master switch to on. Check our fuel quantity. It's good enough for this flight. Master battery switch off. Engine and fitted cover must be off. Wait, let's go to the exterior. Engine cover off. Left chocks off. Right chock also off. fitted cover off. Anyways, بالمعنى هذا نحينا الكوفر تاع الانجنز، نحينا لي الشوكس اللي يجيو على left and right gear, main gear، ونحينا البيتات cover. Good. You don't need the battery tablets anymore. Anyways, let's check the ignition. Ignition is off. The mixture is cut off. Checked. Thrust levers also off. Avionics off. All the lights are off. Elevator trim probably set for the takeoff position. Carburetor heat off. Cabin air is off, and cabin heat is off. Now let's set fuel shut-off valve to on. Very well. Now let's move on to start. Okay, let's set the mixer to the rich position. Okay. Carburetor heat must be cold. Okay. Primer. 1, 2, and 3. Good. Throttle set it to the half inch in. Half inch in. It's good enough. Yes. Let's switch the battery master switch to the on position. Exterior lights as required. Navigation lights on. Beacon lights on. We need to clear the propeller area before starting the engine. Let's go there. Open this. Open the window. And we need to check no one is in the area. Voice screaming saying clear props. Then starting our engines. Okay, ignition must be set to start. Okay, right, left, both, and start. Good. Now we need to adjust our throttle at 1000 RPM. Okay, checked. The oil pressure must be checked. Green light. Great. Master alternator switch must be on. Set and checked. Great. Now let's start after engine start. Check. The mixture must be lean. Okay, good. Cabin air must be as required. Okay, let's open it. Let's remove this yoke, don't need it. Cabin heat also. Let's set our avionics to on position. Great. Altimeter must be set. Okay. Let's press bar unit 1013. Cross check. Transponder must be set to standby position. Let's go here. Okay, standby position. Okay. Doors is closed and latched. Checked. Great. Before taxi, check. Fuel quantity as required, checked. Flaps, take off position, set it to 10 degrees. Great. Elevator trim is already checked out. Take off position. Okay, pivot it as required, set it to on position. Taxi light must be on. Great. Now let's start our taxi to the runway 10 for departure. Parking brake must be off. Great. Max speed must be 15 knots. Let's check our brakes. Brakes is checked. Good. Takeoff checklist. Altimeter is set and cross check. 1013 Pascal. Pivot is as required. On. Carburetor heat is off. Mixture as required. Flaps takeoff position. Elevator trim takeoff position. Engine instrument is checked. Avionic checked on. Window closed and latched. Now let's set the strobe lights on. Taxi lights off and landing lights must be on. Let's set the transponder to altitude reporting. Switching altitude GPS mode. Great. Let's adjust our automatic heading. take off, parking brake must be off. Parking brake off, brake release, throttle full, airspeed indicator, airspeed alive. Rotation. We need to be climbed at 600 feet per minute. After 300 feet, we need to set the flaps to up position. Okay, flaps up. We need to turn the left from upwind to crosswind leg. Then we need to turn to the downwind leg.
Altitude.
Checked. 1000 to level off. Okay. And now I guess we are ready to start to switch to GPS mode. Let's set the autopilot panel. On climb checked. Flaps up, airspeed between 100 knots and 80 knots. Beta heat as required. Carburetor heat on. Throttle is full. Now we reach our 2000 feet altitude and arms. Great. Mixture as required. Let's set the throttle as required. Cruise checklist. Beta heat as required. Carburetor heat is also as required. Throttle also as required. let's start our descent. Very well, for the descent checklist, the mixer must be as required. Landing lights are already on because of what? Because we are below flight level 100. 10,000 feet. Set our vertical speed to 600 feet per minute. Let's just reduce our spout a little bit. Since the airfield inside, we could rely up to our heading. Switch to heading mode. Okay, very well, we are at 1,500 feet. That's altitude. Let's add more power. Now we need to switch from IFR to VFR. Instrument flight rules to visual flight rules. Okay. Now we are at downwind leg, so we could say downwind for downwind runway 10 for full stop. Great. Then we need to join the base, and then final, then short final, and landing.
Altitude.
Okay, let's start our descent. At the base leg, we don't need to be less than 600 feet above main sea level. Let's start turning. At the base leg, we must set flaps 1. Add more flaps. Disengage our autopilot. Then continue manual. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the final runway 10. We need to give it a good landing though.
Altitude.
Okay, very fair enough. We're facing some drop frames, a lot of drop frames, but it's okay. We can do it. Hell nah. Great. Touchdown. Try to locate. Hell yeah, we did a great job, to be honest. That's it. Just our throttle at 1000 RPM. So the parking brake is on. Now we need to switch from landing light to taxi lights. Switching the strobe lights off. Set the transponder to standby position. Zoom in a little bit. Elevator trim must be again for takeoff position. Okay, flaps. We need to set it to up position. Carburetor heat on. Transponder is already standby. Okay, let's taxi to our park. Parking brake on. Taxi lights off position. Throttle idle. Okay. Shutdown procedure. Parking brake is set, checked. Mixture must be set to cut off. Checked. Fuel shut-off valve must be off. Set and checked. Let's set our avionics to the off position. Great. Transponder must be off. When we close the battery, it will become off position. On the off position, I mean. Lights must be all of them set to the off. Beacon lights off, navigation lights and pitot heat off. Okay. The battery master switch and alternator master switch off. Also the ignition off. Great. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the conclusion of our flight. إن شاء الله تكون عجبتكم وتكونوا ديتوا منها ولو شوي فايدة. شكرا، مع السلامة.